I'm new to the game, but I'm playing. One day I'ma be up on stage looking at the crowd. Woo, that's a standing ovation. Yeah, and you know that I'ma get it. We'll be winning.
Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Unrooted Baseball Edition. And my guest for this week's show is none other than senior infielder on the baseball team, Chance Tindall. Chance, thanks so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let's start beginning to know you a little bit better. You are from Eureka, California, and you are a 4-year member of the Oaks. What is your favorite part about being here at Menlo?
Well, you know, I spent the first few years of my life in Eureka, California, but I actually moved south of that about 30 minutes, and since I was about 3 years old, I've lived in Hydesville, California, which is very, very rural, small town. So I've always appreciated the outdoors, and I love the weather, and I love our beautiful campus. But I actually attended high school that was about the same size as Menlo College. So I do like how connected the campus is, and I have a lot of friends, not just on the baseball team, but I've met a lot of awesome people, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Now, one of the great parts about it is the opportunity to have on-campus jobs, and of course you work for us here at Menlo College Athletics. You're one of our student workers. What made you decide to get involved, and aside from working with me, what's the best part?
Oh, well, I mean, that was the big jar, but you know, I was looking to make some extra money, and I'd already established a good relationship, and I got along well with Aaron Gillespie, the current assistant AD. So I always loved going to the games anyways, but thought I'd make a little money along while I was watching my friends play.
And a Chance, I hate to grill you here a little bit with this, but you are on the shorter side of things. You are listed at 5'7" on the website. Is that correct?
That is.
Okay. Now, you are not the shortest player on the team, and I told you not to look this up, and you said you didn't. Who is shorter than you on the roster?
You know, as a short guy, you got to be aware of your surroundings. So I think I have a good answer for this question. Is it Nico Dugai?
It is not, as a matter of fact.
I'm not sure.
How about the guy who wears number 2, Jordan Tagawa?
Oh, geez.
He's listed at 5'6".
Yep, that sounds about right. I think I am taller.
We got 5'8" on Nico Dugai.
Oh, okay.
And then you're at 5'7", also at 5'7" on the roster, Nick Quijado. That one surprised me a little bit. I thought he was about 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, I think he is too. Maybe they need to remeasure here.
He's probably not too happy about that.
Yeah.
You've always been one of the better base runners on this team. What are some of the ways you keep yourself sharp when you aren't starting in the game?
Yeah, you know, well, it's important to stay loose and stay engaged in the game. A lot of times when I've gotten pinch run opportunities, it's in big spots where we need to steal a bag or we need to score a run. So staying attentive with the game and understanding pitching tendencies, and also doing my homework the night before. We have a lot of scouting reports on pitchers and timing and things like that. So just staying involved and just be ready to go.
Let's talk a little bit about the team. The weekend road trip that you guys just came off of was a huge success. First, you knocked off Westmont 4-3 on Thursday, and Westmont's the 8th ranked team in the nation. How big was it to beat them early on in the season?
Well, you know, it was important. Westmont's been the big dog in the conference since we've joined the GSAC, and I mean, I think winning is kind of a byproduct of a lot of things, and we stuck to our approaches, and guys came through in big spots with Julian hitting the home run and Joe hitting the home run. So I think that it'll help us in conference, but also it's just a reflection of how hard we've been working.
Yeah, now St. Catherine was next on the schedule, and you guys took 4 out of 5 down in that series in Poway to get the best start in Menlo College baseball history, 14-2 over 16 games. How taxing was it mentally and physically to play 6 games over 4 days so far away from home?
Well, I mean, it was nice because of the weather. It's been raining a lot here, but besides that, I mean, it's always a fun time to go to the field, and I think the most taxing part of our season are the doubleheaders. But you know, we played well, and when you're playing well and you're winning, it's easy to go to the field and work hard and have fun. So I think that our record so far has reflected that. And
what kind of impact do you think this weekend will have on potentially getting this program ranked for the second time in its history?
I mean, I don't actually understand how they rank these teams, you know, especially this early in the season, because so much can happen. But it'll be fun to see us if we can get ranked in the top 25. but it doesn't mean much now. I mean, I think later on when we're trying to get that at-large bid, just in case we don't win the conference tournament, but our plan is to win the conference tournament, then the rankings will be more important.
Yeah, now if you're in the top 25 at the end of the regular season, then you will receive an at-large bid into the NAIA playoffs, because otherwise you have to win your conference in order to get into the tournament. Last year, Menlo was ranked number 25 for the first time in program history for a one-week stretch in the middle of March. It sure is fun to watch the offense do its thing with you guys. Through 16 games, you're hitting .323 as a team, which is just ridiculous. And your on-base plus slugging, it's 1,001 through 16 games. How is it that 1 through 9 in the lineup, everyone is capable of having such a big game?
Yeah, you know, well, I think that our coaches do a great job preparing us. We have great scouting reports, and we've been working hard for a long time, and that dates back even in years past. You know, the guys have been here for a few years, and the new guys. I mean, we've put in the time, and it's showing up on the field now.
Yeah, not only that, the team is outscoring opponents 149-50 in the first 16 games, so the pitching staff has been great as well. From a hitter's perspective, what impresses you most about the staff?
Yeah, well, I think that we're much deeper this year in our bullpen, especially, than we have been in years past. And we have a lot of top-end arms in the rotation and coming out of the bullpen. So I think it makes us more balanced, and our pitchers are very aggressive and they attack hitters very well.
Now you guys are going back on the road this weekend. You take on Arizona Christian in a 3-game GSAC series. It's on Friday and Saturday. Are your sights set on making it a perfect 6-0 in conference play? You
know, it is, but we just try to take it one game at a time, and I think that if we play the way we can, we can get to that 6-0 start.
What's the verdict on Arizona Christian? How do they look?
They look good. I mean, I think as of now, I was talking to some teammates the other day. We're number 1 in the nation in home runs, and they're number 2. So they swing it pretty well too, and we're excited for the competition. Should
be a lot of fireworks down there in Phoenix, Arizona. All right, Chance, let's transition to the final segment of the show. It's called Brownie Bites. I'm going to ask you 3 random off-the-wall kind of questions, and you give me your best answer.
All right.
Question number 1. The worst teammate to ride the bus with is?
Oh, man, this is a tough one because the guy that first pops into my head provides a lot of entertainment and a lot of laughs, but to actually sit next to him would be a nightmare because he's always bouncing around, and that's Eddie Sanchez. He's a great guy and provides us a lot of entertainment, but he's always just up and moving around, and that would be annoying.
Yeah, and of course even more so when you guys go down and win 5 out of 6. I traveled with the baseball team this past weekend down there, and let me tell you, the bus ride was absolutely lit both ways. Question number 2. Would you rather be the shortest player on a roster full of tall players or the tallest player on a roster full of short players?
Oh, man, well, my whole life I've been the short player with full of tall players, so I'm definitely going to be the tallest guy on a short team.
Question number 3. Which teammate hates the show and go the most?
Ooh, you know, I got to throw my name in the mix for this one, actually, but I'll say maybe Sam Morgan. He dislikes it, and it's not as much a hate for the show and go as much as it is enjoying having time to get ready and take batting practice and ground balls, fly balls. It's nice to kind of leisurely start getting loose and then into the game.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, the show and go is a technique adopted by head coach Jake McKinley and the staff here. Past couple years or so of just sometimes when you're on the road, showing up to the ballpark and just getting there about 45 minutes early, not getting too many opportunities for warm-ups, but just showing up and going. And you guys did it a lot this week, and it seemed like it really seemed to work out.
Yeah, we're having a lot of success with it, so I don't see it leaving anytime soon.
And there's one other thing I meant to ask you about, Chance. It's these T-shirts that have been printed off by Jake McKinley and the staff, and it says, "Who cares?" on the front. Now, this is in reference to the fact that Menlo technically has not played a single home game yet this year at Cartan Field because of the renovations, and you guys are still 14-2 despite all the travel. Where did that phrase come from?
I think it just was naturally born through circumstance. I mean, like you said, we've really been struggling with the rain, and our field has been not only underwater, but renovations have begun, but they've kind of ceased for the time being. So our field is in shambles right now. So I mean, it's out of our control, and everyone's dealing with the rain and the weather. So just taking the attitude of controlling what we can control and having fun while we're doing it.
And it certainly has been working out so far, and we wish you guys continued luck the rest of the way. Chance, thank you so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you.
And fans, don't forget, baseball this weekend is down in Arizona. They will be taking on Arizona Christian, a 3-game GSAC series. It starts on March 3rd at 2 o'clock. That's Friday. And then a doubleheader in Phoenix on March 4th. That's Saturday, starting at 11 o'clock a.m. Following that, baseball will stay on the road. They'll have a makeup game down in La Mirada against Biola before a conference series against San Diego Christian. Well, we invite you to stick around for the next episode of Unrooted, when Chance Tindall will get to choose the next interviewee that I will be throwing under the bus here on this show. I'm Brian Brownfield. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you back here next week.
I'm new to the game, but I'm playing. One day I'ma be up on stage looking at the crowd. Woo, that's a standing ovation. Yeah, and you know that I'ma get it. We'll be winning, and I'm looking at this situation, killer with precision.